Welcome back on my niece and nephews. Today we're going to look at Harry and Meghan's privacy tour. Let's go. Right, if you want privacy, what you do not do is you do not go all over social media going, we want privacy, we want privacy. If you want privacy, then what you do is you sort of fade into the background and you sort of keep yourself private. That is how you have privacy. I don't get why people have to go, we want privacy, we want privacy. I don't get how people who want privacy have to do the whole massive media campaign saying, we want privacy. Well, if you want privacy, then maybe be private, and then you wouldn't help this malarkey man. Well, you are married to Meghan Malarkey, so...
Privacy! Live from the television studios in Toronto, it's Good Morning, Canada.
Good morning, all my friends in Canada. Let's have some fun.
It has been several months now since our beloved Queen has died. All Canadians are finding it hard to go on.
Bless her and God rest her soul. She was a wonderful queen.
Canadians, that is, except for our first guest, the Prince and his wife. We want privacy! We want privacy! Thanks for having us on the show. It's so awesome to be here. It's great. So let me start with you, sir. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, Where?
That is literally what he's doing. He's like crying like a spoiled little rich kid. He's like, my life's been so bad. I was born with a silver spoon at my bottom, but my life has been so bad. I had all the money in the world, flying around the world doing all wonderful things, going to places that only normal people could dream of, but I'm so... Oh my, no, this is what I mean, like, he's had the life of luxury. Now, don't get me wrong. He did suffer some tragedy as a child when he lost his mother, and now I fully sympathise with him for.
Yes, that's right, friend. You see, my wife and I are totally like, you should write a book, because your family likes...
Oh my god, that is literally what she's like. As soon as the attention's on him or anybody else, she don't like, because she's an attention-seeking narcissist. So as soon as the attention's on her, like, she literally wants it back on her. That's why she did, that's why she didn't like being part of the royal family. It's nothing to do with racism. It's because she wasn't the attention. Because she's not the bloodline. Uncle Jason will explain much more as we go on.
Stupid and then sort of like journalists? So you hate journalists? That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist. We just want to be normal people all the time.
That's a very good point, you know. You hate the media, you hate the circus, you hate the whole not having privacy and having cameras at you all the time. But you're making yourself so public to have multi-million-pound Spotify deals and multi-million-pound books. Well, that's if they sell, that is, because quite frankly, I would not be buying it.
Imagine it's so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving
I think he's saying the truth.
wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy. And you know what else? To hell with Canada. We are leaving. We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people. Come on, wife.
Can we send them to Mars and they can be the Royal Dutch and Duchess of Mars? Then we ain't got to listen to them whinge and whine so much.
We want privacy. We want privacy. We want privacy.
Let's go all around the world and say, we want our privacy. Oh, goodness gracious.
We want privacy. We want privacy. We want privacy.
Right, they're going around making all this attention, shouting, "We want privacy." But the actual people in all the countries they're going to don't give a toss. They don't give a toss if they're there or not. They don't want to give them attention, but they're going to look over them because they're walking around like loony bins with literally placards going, "We want privacy." You know, if they were just walking up and down the streets, these places, no one would bother them. If they didn't do all what they do, no one would bother them. But they want attention because they want to make money out of the attention, but they only want it on their terms. That's true narcissist, I tell you.
We want privacy. Because we need some privacy. We want privacy. We want privacy. We want privacy.
Even them poor kangaroos thinking, oh, for goodness sake, please just go. Please just shut up.
We want privacy. We want privacy. We want.
Now, I don't know about you, but if I want privacy, the last thing I'll do is go in the middle of a basketball game, in the middle of the court when they're trying to actually play a professional sport and shout, we want privacy. And look, the little map man, look. They go around the whole United States of America like. It's like a little checklist. Where can we go next with our placards? Oh, yeah, that's so what privacy, yeah. And look, classic example, right? They're going around in the street shouting, we want privacy, right? And they're acting like unusual for normal people. And you wonder why people got their camera phones out and they're filming them, especially when they're blocking the road. Oh, I just do not think they understand simple points. You want privacy, don't say you want privacy and go around shouting around the world. Just be private. But as Uncle Jason said earlier, I'll explain how things work in the royal family for you guys not in the United Kingdom. So basically, it is literally known that obviously the bloodline takes precedent over the partners. So Meghan does not like the fact that she's not the centre of attention. And there's been interviews in the past where literally she was with Harry and she was with William and Kate, and she was not, her and Kate were in the background. Meghan and Kate were there to be seen but not heard kind of thing in the background because they're not bloodline. And all you focus on Harry and William. And she was like, am I not here? Do I not matter? Do I not matter? I was like, no, that's not what you're there for. That you're not the bloodline. The focus will be on the bloodline. That's how it is. And she couldn't accept that. And for anyone out there who says, oh, she didn't know what she was getting herself into, well, I can tell you now, I watched Meghan myself, literally. She sat there like clutching her pearls. And she said, all my friends told me that I'm sure Harry's a wonderful man, but being royal comes with so much obligation and responsibility. It's called, what she would have had is called the talk of doom. When you go to any, like, be a celebrity, go on any national TV show, they tell you, this is what can go well, but they list all the things that can go bad and how they can go wrong. She would have had that. 1. 2, it is not because of her ethnicity, or her gender. It has nothing to do with that. Because Kate, again, is there to support the bloodline. Camilla, again, was basically in the background there to support her king and support the bloodline. And also, Prince Philip was basically, for the whole of the late Queen's reign, was a man who had to give up his military career back many years ago, when this wasn't a thing about house husbands. He had to give up his military career. He had to be subservient to a woman, and he was not allowed to walk in front of the Queen. At no point was he allowed to walk in front of the Queen, because she was the bloodline and he was the person married into it. Now Harry is fallen to another category where he's called a spare. So, in the royal family, they're always encouraged to have more than one child. You have an heir and a spare. And that's how it has been throughout the whole of royal family history, not only in the UK, but royal families and institutions and monarchies all around the world. Even the Egyptians with the pharaohs had the same kind of ethos. You have an heir and a spare in case something happens to the heir. For example, Charles is one of 4 children, and none of Charles' siblings, his sister or his 2 brothers, will ever touch the throne because they're all spares. And all their children are never going to touch the throne either. The Queen herself, the late Queen Elizabeth II, was one of 2 children, one of 2 girls. And her sister, Princess Margaret, was a spare. So Queen Elizabeth II was the heir, and her sister, Princess Margaret, was the spare. And all of Princess Margaret's children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren will never touch the throne. So it's not just it's Harry all singled out because of Meghan. That's just how royal families and royal institutions, going back to even the Egyptians and the pharaohs, have been throughout the dawn of time. You know, he is the youngest, therefore William's next in line over him. It's going to be happen. The same thing's going to happen with George, Louis, and Charlotte, William's 3 children. As soon as George has children, Charlotte and Louis are going to become redundant. And so basically, George will be the heir because he's the eldest, and Charlotte and Louis are the spares. That's how it works. So it's the same for everyone. It's the eldest child of the eldest child of the eldest child. So that's how it works, guys.
At this town, there's just something about it. Oh, darling, I think this might be the place. You really think so? It's so...
Do you really think, niece and nephews, that going to South Park Town, where, let's say, South Park Town's known for, like, ripping you, like, is probably the best place to settle down when you're an easy target?
Quiet and empty here? If we moved here, then people would think we're really serious about wanting to be normal. It does seem perfect, doesn't it? We can have a fresh start here. Lead a normal life and have babies. Can we? Can we really move here and finally have our own privacy? My love, I will do anything for your privacy.
Oh, that last bit got me. That last bit absolutely got me. We'll do anything for your privacy. Anyway, all my nieces and nephews, if you enjoyed that, I would like to see more, please like and subscribe out, and I'll see you in the next one.